What good is law if it's not enforced? The police enforce the law, and there are consequences for breaking that law. Before Jesus went to the Father, he left us a law. And I know y'all thinking the laws of sin, but this law was for the enemy. When Christ died on that cross, we was redeemed. At that point, we became heirs to the kingdom. We belonged to him. That was the serpent bruising his heel, but that resurrection was the crushing of his head. When Jesus went to his Father, he left us a law. He said in John 14:12, "Very verily I tell you, whosoever believes in me will do the work I have done, and they will do even greater works than these." And Isaiah 55:11 says, "So shall my words be that comes forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void." And what word's not gonna return to him void? Every word. Sound to me like he left you in authority. When he left y'all, he left a law, not just for you, but a separate one for the enemy. And the problem is, Jesus is the judge, but not many people know that they are officers in the spirit. Jesus said, yeah, when I was here, I arrested some demons. I rebuked them, cast them into the pits, as well as sentenced some into pigs. But God left you to do more than that. One thing about the enemy, he don't care nothing about no law, especially if we don't care about the law. Imagine being in a world where not one officer care. Officer, that man about to break in that house over there. I don't care. I'm tired. It's hot outside. And the stuff I got going on in my life is way more important. What would it look like if officers stopped caring about their neighbors because the warfare in their lives are too heavy to be out here helping get weight off others? We are those officers in the spirit. God said today, what good is a law if it's not being enforced? The enemy out here breaking in everybody's house, breaking into everybody's minds. My God, breaking up everybody's families, holding everybody hostage because they're in a world where law is there, but it's not enforced. In a world where he know Jesus went to the Father, left us in charge to do greater works than he have. But the enemy know we ain't doing it. And the enemy not blind. He know the law there. When we go to public parks, we see the signs that says no smoking, no vandalizing, no this, no that. We see the law. We notice the rules. Yet you'll still find people smoking, still throwing trash out on the ground. And that's because ain't no active security out there. That law ain't being enforced. When you start showing the enemy, not just you, but your Father means business. When you start meditating on his word, shout not prayers of warnings, issuing spiritual citations. When you stand in the gap so much as an officer, that enemy gets scared because he know he got a court appearance coming up because of you, with the possibility of being sentenced into the pigs. Come on now, somebody. God said when you start using your authority, when you actually start enforcing the law, some of these demons that have been tormenting your family, been torturing you since you was a kid, judgment would come sooner. They finally get the life sentence they deserve. He said when you finally stand up to these law-breaking entities, you will be able to boldly declare before everybody you have interceded for. Just like Moses, when he stood before the children of Israel, saying, "Fear not, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will show you today. For those Egyptians you have seen today, you shall see again no more." God said, enforce the law. But y'all be blessed.